Sure. Hey, everybody, this is Grimcad, and we are here for Dungeons and Dragons. That's pretty much what we do nowadays. We're playing 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, and we are in the Tomb of Annihilation. I am a player in this one. I played Riade the Bee Druid, sort of a Circle of Spores Druid. I am joined with several of my friends, one of whom is missing, but hopefully will show up at some point. We're going to go down the line and introduce ourselves. We're going to go ahead and start with Damokos. Say hi.
Hello, I'm Damokos. I'm Mufasa. I'm also on the other can. I'm a familiar face. I am a sorcerer in this one, and I'll try not to blow this whole thing out.
I like it.
Gotta remember not to use the fireball.
Yeah. Hopefully. And we're joined by Nezu. Say hi.
Hello, I beat Zeus, player, spoons, and I will still get beaten up by bone wheels that you cannot see at the moment.
It's true, we can't see anything. And last but not least, today we are joined by Gypsy as the DM. Say hi.
Hello. Hello, and I will just pick up as I usually do. Where we are picking up is kind of in the middle of a combat. We ran a bit long last time, I believe. It's a couple of weeks ago now. And, so we called it basically in the middle of a combat. We do, in fact, have one bone wheel that is visible and one more that is in shadows as far as I can see.
I mean, I can see it. I don't know if Nezu has dark vision.
Yeah, Nezu does, but Riod does not. And do your bees have dark vision, Riod?
I don't believe so. I don't think anything's been as far as to say. No, but they have keen hearing and smell.
But they have advantage on checks, but
Yeah.
I do not believe that they actually have anything else. But you would know that one of your
But I mean,
yeah, I do remember one has gone this way.
Yeah, and that is currently fighting a bone wheel, which I believe your direct order was for it to fight that bone wheel, so I will control it off screen because incidentally we pick up on its turn. And when it's back inside or you give it a clear answer or it wins or dies, you can take control back of it.
Okay.
But yes, if just because you can't really actually see
right
this altercation going on down at the end of the corridor, unless you can.
I cannot.
Sorry, I've got like 5 different night vision layers to look at, remember? But we have been traveling with the duo artist Simba and Dragonbait, who you are starting to notice more and more in position. I mean, you saw them basically in your first encounter with them, but you can see that they have some decently powerful magic items on them, including the Ring of Winter, which we had run into some Yuan Ti that had... Sorry, no. The characters do not know that they were Yuan Ti.
We do now.
You as players know, but your characters do not. But yes, you have found out about the ring that Artis is in possession of anyway, and you have noticed that he does have it, or he shared the information with you, I believe. And that's where we shall pick up off, trying to find out where a supposed key is within this mining facility, which was kind of like the living areas that you've been traveling through of the mine. You haven't actually come across any kind of actual mine itself, or like conventional mined or resource tunnels or anything like that quite yet. But we will pick up with the Feywild wasp, which will make an attack against the bone wheel. If you will give me that, please.
Sure.
Oh yeah, that is a nice amount of damage and would absolutely destroy that bone wheel. And I mean, you have some sort of link with these creatures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not familiars, you can't see through them, but you're obviously magically controlling them. So you would be aware that it had accomplished its task.
Okay.
And it would still have its movement if you want to bring it back down towards your way.
Yeah, it can just move, its full 40 in the other direction. Or with us.
Well, that's 20 there, so 40 would put it around here somewhere if you want to take control again. And we will go to Namakos's turn.
Okay, I'm going to come down and just. Can you see my ruler thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to come do this sort of thing and go past him in melee range.
Yep. And as you do, it will make a will strike against you.
Which it hits and takes 10 cold damage.
Yep. And is that your turn? No, that was just your movement.
Yeah, that was just my movement. 2 seconds. I will. Did that drop it?
No.
Is it still alive? No.
Yes, it's still alive.
Burn the wheel.
If you wish to.
I will. Okay, I'm gonna use my necklace.
Yep.
Sure. Do that. Use a sorcery point, and that first one at the bone wheel, second one at the zombie.
Yep. The first one hits, second one misses. So doesn't that suck though as well?
And I mean, that's just a cantrip, so I don't need to roll the d20.
Yeah. And then, what is the effect? And I also noticed that your health has taken the 10 hit points away, so you would lose Armor of Agathis at this point.
Yes, I did notice that.
Oh no, that's right. Wings is flying, right? Because you're still
Yes.
levitating.
Yes, I'm. Is it levitate or fly?
No, I'm pretty sure you're under fly effect, whichever spell.
Yeah,
you
I cast fly.
Mm-hmm. But did you get your meta magic option? Or your surge?
Meta magic. Yeah, it's a 47.
Yeah. You
Oh,
have
you want
able,
the Arden? Oh yeah.
Surge effect, so I know what
I
happens.
thought you hit the table too.
No. I have it
right?
somewhere, but I don't. Yes, 47. I don't have it like easily accessible.
For the next minute, all your fire spells shed bright light.
Okay. Do you want to actually send it to me again on Discord so I can save it to my D&D folder? Because
Yes,
it's just in the Discord. And we will go to Artis's turn, who will walk out 15, 20, 30, and dash up here as well, actually. Bring us to this wasp's turn. Just in here.
And we'll sort of just pile around.
Yeah, it's a bit that way. This one is dead. Jake's turn. Is he a source of light? No, he is not currently. So he will. Yeah. Good one. Ellen's turn. She will basically just come stand in the middle of the group. Rion. Aren't you guys lucky that there's only one bone wheel in position to fuck you guys up?
So I would call out whether this is clear or not.
Yes. There's still one at the door, but relatively clear.
Alright, well that is
Um,
all as far as
would
I
I
can
hear you?
I presume.
Would I hear you from all the way over here?
Where I have no idea where you are.
He's
What-
in the room further. I mean,
that's I'm
if
asking
Riyad's
you.
shouting into the room, you'd probably hear it. If he's just, like...
I mean, presumably,
wishing
like,
me
these
the
things have
doorway.
been making a god-awful racket, so I wouldn't see the sense in being quiet.
Yeah. So yeah, you'd hear it.
There's one more round one and a tall one.
Okie dokie. I'm moving in.
And that's all your turn?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had to dash to get that far.
How far do these guys move? Because it's not that much.
Excuse me.
15 hit.
15 hit.
And Nizu.
See. I'll punch this one.
Yep.
Okay, I did not save that as a thingy. I think that's a hit. Don't remember.
On a bone wheel, 14 just meets it, yes. The B does not count as planking because it's a wall there. And it drops to the ground dead.
Okay, so I finished my action. I'll move 25 feet. And that be my turn.
Bring us to Wasp Boy's turn.
We'll just sort of move to the edge of my sight. And that'll be it.
It did. Dragonbait will move 5, 15, 20.
Ignore that.
20,
This guy's trying to read what it said.
30,
Click the wrong thing.
and you will actually dash over here to stop the influx of apparently coming in. And just barely. Farewell Wasp's turn.
Okay.
Demogos?
I will. I will only use my action to cast this again.
Yep.
Then I will walk away. That
30?
hits.
Yep.
That does it.
Take the damage
Back
and
up. That's
is
10 gold.
Yeah, 10 damage. And then Artis will 10, 15,
Just get behind more of the front line.
20, 30, and actually dash as well. 5, 10. And Wasp's turn.
I just noticed it's the big bad guy attacking me.
And that's it.
Jake's turn. Who will follow up out of the darkness. Ellen's turn, who will do much the same, and she will now actually have something to shoot her things at. So, like every good warlock, Eldritch Blasts. That roll too? Yes. And incidentally, both of them hit. Because she's going for the zombie. So, minus 11, and Undead Fortitude. Is DC 14, which it fails. And Riot's turn.
We're gonna target the bone wheel.
I guess Admiral probably.
Ugh. Apologies.
That is a miss.
30. Taking a nap. Now it's like 9:40.
It is fine. We have just continued the fight.
my
You
turn
just
for
killed
me,
a zombie. Was that your entire turn?
Yep, that was it.
No, that's my turn.
Yeah, you just killed a zombie on your last turn.
I like it. I'm pretty good at that.
You're
And
Oh wait, no, that means I didn't get to use my ability. Oh, the human.
Oh, is that the getting temporary hit points for killing something?
No, I have a different ability. That one day I'll get to use.
Nizu, your turn.
Sure. I'll go here, hit this bone wheel.
That's a hit, yep. And that kills it. And I'm really glad that Emerald
Oh, we're in
turned
a
up
big
at this
room.
point.
Why are we in
Hmm.
a big room?
This is the hallway just to the north of us. It led into this big room.
I see. Okay.
That's
I see
basically where I've been fighting that since last time. There are a lot of bone wheels. Oh,
What is this tall one you're talking about?
the tall.
Those ones, and I point to the dead zombie.
Oh,
wait, are they dwarves? Are they...
Yeah, no one's really noticed them sneak their way in. But, Nezu, it is your turn.
Attacked, thinking...
There's
I
just
don't know.
more to the
I
left.
did notice them on the initiative. I just didn't notice them around me, so I didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
to finish that, and I think that is the end of my turn.
They've been taking turns in their initiative turn, but on the GM layer because they weren't in a place that you guys could have known they were there yet. But Wild Wasp's turn.
let's see. This one will come over here and we'll attack the one on top.
Mm-hmm.
With advantage
That is a hit.
against zombies, but you know.
Boy, and it was a strength save,
Mm-hmm.
which it saves. Bring us to this boy's turn. Ooh. Ah. Because apparently these
Yeah, they
dwarves.
sure.
Because apparently these dwarves have 30 movement.
Interesting.
Zombies?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, am I being
Zomb-
attacked by something?
Zombie dwarfs. Yes, you are.
Gosh. Well, I thought these were these things to the left that were attacking.
I didn't
And
even know about the other ones.
do either of those hit?
Is this for me or is this?
You, yeah.
Okay, I told you. If it's over 13, I'm pretty sure it hits.
Oh no, it's 10 and 11.
Okay. Just barely misses.
Nice. Dragon Bait will Holy Avenger the middle one and the middle one. And just obliterate it. Actually, no, it would be middle and top. Because the first attack would have killed the first one. And that is his turn. Bring us to this boy. 10.
Not the other boy. I don't see this boy.
Because he's just moving there.
Do you see him now?
Yeah.
Can you see him now, Mr. Krabs?
He's a zombie, so I assume he's not.
What are the
Unless these zombies get
dwarves
to
look
move
like
and
they're
attack.
wearing?
Basic studded leather armor. It's really old and tattered. They're quite obviously corpses as well. And I hate to do it, but it is against you, Alan. So the first one misses, and I assume the second one misses too. These boys just can't hit anything.
Yeah, those miss. Just barely. Oh, once again. Well, except the first one, because that was one.
I'm rolling really bad. This is countering my DM rolls from the game last night.
I approve of it, though. Don't worry.
Yeah. I mean, you deserve it, though. After all of those 20s in initiative, man.
Yeah.
So rude of you.
— 17 and 18. Alan?
Oh, 17, 18? Yeah, those are going to hit. Sorry, I didn't
So,
see that other guy sneak up on me.
15 damage between the two of them.
that-
Sorry, they're
it's-
undead, so they attack the nearest living thing.
It's fine. I just didn't see him like walk out of the shadows. Is all.
Yeah, like the party hadn't noticed it until they stepped out of a door in this room, and I put them on the token, like just before you
Oh, but they
walked
all
in.
take cold damage. Is it 1d?
Oh
Double
yeah,
check.
it will take damage from those. So yours is
I
only
assume only the ones
5?
that hit.
Yeah, only the ones that hit. But is it 5 damage?
I'm
for
looking up the
yours?
spell right now.
What level spell? What level slot do you have?
No, she's casting
It
at
would be
4th level, I
four.
believe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 20.
20 damage.
Flat damage?
Mm-hmm.
20 hit points, 20 damage.
Yeah,
Nice.
5 damage per level. Wow, that's a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, they all. So whatever hits me takes 20 gold.
Yeah. And it actually,
And if it hits you twice, it takes
Yeah.
40. Because 10 isn't all of the hit points.
Gosh,
yeah.
I'm so amazing.
So you basically traded taking 15 damage for dealing 40.
Nice.
Oh no, what's
I'm amazing.
It was a dead zombie.
You're
That's good.
And the armor still has more charges.
Feywild's turn.
Zoop. Actually, I don't want to do that.
But so none of those dwarves died.
I would much rather zoop.
Oh. Honestly, 2 of the dwarves missed both of their attacks each. The second one hit its attacks and took 40 damage.
And that is
Uh,
with
in-
advantage.
It's not hit.
24.
What's the advantage from again?
Pack tactics.
Ah, then yes, it is with advantage. That is a hit. And succeeds on the save though. It's like on its last toe. It doesn't even have a leg at this point to stand on.
If it doesn't have a leg, how does it have a toe?
Wow, that's what you've got to question.
And I will go over here. This sort of way. Just to use my hot fire. Then I'm gonna go. I want to turn a spell, but I'm gonna aim bottom and then top.
Mm-hmm.
And I will also say it'll be fire and then lightning.
So 11 against the first was the bottom, right?
First was the bottom and fire.
Artis's turn. Where's Artis? He is down here. He will 10, 25, and help his buddy out. One, two, three. The amount of things getting dropped to legitimately 1 hit point.
Hmm.
Yeah. Wild Wasp. Like, that's not even from the zombies' resilience or anything. You guys are just dropping them to 1 hit point exactly. That's against the bottom door.
Mm-hmm.
Why? We're so weak all the time. We gotta carry him through it.
And he fails it and is knocked prone from poison, question mark.
Indeed.
Can you actually poison the zombie?
No,
Well,
but it's not really
because-
poison. That's knocking them down.
The spell isn't meant to be a bee.
The
It's just
spell's
we've
meant to be a
rethemed it.
wolf, so it's supposed to like trip him
Yeah.
or knock him down or something. But
But,
yeah,
you
So
could
instead
do
of pack
a
tactics, it's hive tactics.
exactly.
like,
I didn't think about that. I'm changing it right now.
Jake will, I believe he still has a channel divinity, so yes, he does. So he will use channel divinity for turn undead. And that is 3 wisdom saving throws. Which none of them will save, so they are all running. Do they have to move now?
I believe they move on their turn.
Yeah. I was just wondering
the
if it's
same.
like an immediate effect thing, yeah. And then Owen's turn.
okay. Double check my spells actually. Well, I mean, I say that. So you don't take opportunity attacks for casting in melee, correct?
Are they higher than half a challenge rating?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I did read the
Yeah.
gets destroyed. Nah, yeah, these are pretty serious things, these 3.
But they're not gonna attack me if I cast a spell, correct? And there's no shift.
They
so.
don't get reaction attacks off it, I don't
Okay.
believe.
Then I'm going to Eldritch Blast, and then I'm going to remember that it casts more than one time. Use my meta knowledge. I don't actually know. I click on it to cast it. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And I'm using the knowledge that
hit.
most of them are at literally 1 HP. So I'll just hit like the 2 like north and east, and then anything else goes to this guy. How many bolts am I actually shooting?
2.
2. Okay. Well, then 1 at the top and 1 to the right.
Yeah. The first
Let me
one
actually
hits and it
Roll
dies.
it again, correct?
Yeah, and then the second one hits and roll damage.
Uh,
Because this one wasn't on 1 HP.
There's some other one.
And Riot's turn.
Wait, it's not Riot's turn because I've
Oh, you're
waited
not
my
finished?
entire life for this moment.
Oh, you want
we've-
to, yes.
Oh, it's perfect. So
Wait,
know.
doesn't this ability make the body explode though?
yes, it does. But that's
So
besides
you're
the
going
point.
to explode the body right next to you and multiple other friendlies.
I believe it's only enemies, but I'll have to double check really quick because I haven't actually been able to use this whole
I
game.
mean, if it's an AoE thing, it will affect everyone in the AoE. That's the thing about AoEs. It's like guaranteed hits aside from the saving throw.
Just do it.
No, because it doesn't actually explode for any damage. So, but
Oh.
let me paint the scene.
Yeah. Ping the
Oh.
ability as well. So I
I
can
don't. Oh,
reread
yes, I do have it as a thing. I was actually reading it on my personal sheet
Yeah,
that I always keep, but it is this one right here. Okay, so the top one, of course, gets hit by its Eldritch Blast, and then when it dies, the corpse sort of like it's just a zombie, so it's already pretty rotten as is. So
Yeah.
the corpse sort of starts to like bulge a bit and maybe like ripple, and then it just sort of explodes. You see a bunch of zombie chunks just flying everywhere, and out of it crawl what are sort of not wasps, but they're very clearly as in they're more bee-like, but they're very like twisted, sort of like a dark eldritch-esque bee that sort of like feed on the flesh of the zombie and like harvest it, and then they're just sort of flying all around. They're stinging. One would assume most things, but they don't actually hurt friendly, so they're nice enough to. They'll maybe like land and like bite you if you as you're friendly, but regardless, they're primarily focusing on zombies. They're like all around, and it's amazing.
So
Yeah.
what is your half your warlock level and your charisma modifier? What's the damage that they will be taking?
They will be taking it's charisma modifier, right?
Mhm.
Yes, charisma mod plus half your warlock level.
They'll be taking 8 damage. Anything that's in the air,
5 feet. Yep.
which is it's actually a rectangle tool, but
We're gonna move away.
that fucks. And then am I allowed to move? But I take opportunity attacks.
You'll take opportunity attacks.
Is there like the disengage is an actual standard action, correct?
Yeah.
Well, then I'm just gonna stand.
Okay.
And that's my
And
turn.
one zombie will.
Actually, wait. Is attack of opportunity a reaction?
Yes.
Or wouldn't they be turned?
Hmm.
Oh, yes, actually, you are correct. So, yeah, you can move away, Alan.
Returned? From what?
Yes, from Jake.
He is turned undead.
You're so kind. Well, they're turned. They're just running away, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just going to be fleeing.
Okay, then it doesn't matter.
Cool, cool. Yep. And yeah, that slam attack, I don't believe hits Dragon Bait. No. And then that slam attack does not hit Dragon Bait. And Nezu, now it's your turn.
Gotcha. Question: this door open?
The one to the south,
Yes.
can you see through it?
Yes.
Then yes.
Perfect. Okay, I'll just move to the end of this door. I'm not going to touch it. Can I roll perception and see if I'm hearing anything coming or shuffling down here?
Yep.
Okay.
Mana's gonna go. Nezu is gonna take all the loot and down.
You don't hear anything coming.
Could have been worse. Could have rolled that for.
I hear nothing down here. I hear... And that is the end of my turn. And that is...
And 8's not too bad. Like if it would definitely hear like a big stompy boy.
Yeah. But the point is that yeah, there is something down there. It's just not a big stompy boy.
Yeah.
Just for reference, because it's going to seem kind of like dickhead, like when literally the next turn it's going to be revealed as it steps through the doorway.
Seeing as that was 8 is not a great roll. I wasn't really focused. I wasn't...
Like,
There's a lot
I'll
of
just tell you,
fights going on behind you. I mean,
it's another zombie, but it's not triggered yet. It's like just kind of walking through. But Feywild's turn.
I'll be right back. I'll get my water. Reminder that these two zombies take 8 damage on the start of their turn.
Yes.
Or technically 8.5, but I assume you round down, not up.
Yeah.
Do we
yes,
round down
26
or
is
up
a hit.
for that?
Which one? That was the bottom one?
no, this one.
Ah, over here at the
Yep.
zombie. Ah, yes, that is definitely a hit then. And it has got to, so that was 14. Oh, there's the strength save. Actually, no, we wouldn't do a strength save because it dies from the damage and fails its constitution roll anyway.
Fair enough.
And this Tomb Dwarf's turn, it will take 8 damage. And then it will flee off into the shadows and disappear. And then Dragobait's turn, he will double Holy Avenger. Hit with both. And
+3 longsword. Why don't we have the +3 longsword?
because you aren't heroic adventurers from Wizards of the Coast official content. Archer Simba and Dragonbait are like, Drizzt level of renown in the world.
They're like famous these two?
I mean,
In our campaign, though, is what I asked.
no, like even in the world, like the natural D&D world, they're known by adventurers and they are very powerful. They're like, as powerful as the companions and everything like that. But because Artis carries the Ring of Winter and has Droopy on his tail and everything like that and has his own story, he's kind of like a imagine Aragorn in the start of the Fellowship of the Ring, where he's Strider. No one actually knows who he truly is because it's more dangerous if people do.
He has actual official backstory to him.
Yeah.
That's all you need to
And this-
know. More than a
Too
sentence or two.
Spends half its action to move up and then dashes away.
It takes 8 damage.
Yes, it takes 8 damage as well, but does anyone reaction
Sure,
attack?
my bee will take a
Well,
try to
you
knock
know,
it prone. Again. Oh
Nope.
well, fair enough.
Question: our reactions like they're refilled when your turn rolls around, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So
So
I
you
just,
can make a reaction attack as well if you want.
Can I sort of like slap it with like my book or something as it walks away?
I mean,
I don't have
yeah,
a weapon, so it'd be
Make-
unarmed, but
make me a unarmed attack if you want to. I mean, it would still be the equivalent of a punch anyway, so it's going to do 1 damage if it connects.
I
But
don't have a punch thing. So what should I roll?
just roll strength.
The strength.
Yeah, so a strength attack. So
The 1d20 minus
yeah.
1.
yeah, so just roll a 1d20, and then
Take one off
it'll
this.
still be
Ah,
plus.
16.
Is it still +1 or +2 because of your proficiency bonus? Because everyone can throw a punch.
Oh yeah, good point. +2
I
then.
don't think
Yeah,
I don't
so
think you
that's
do
it.
get proficiency in unarmed.
Oh, don't you?
Isn't that like
Oh,
the
well, you
monk
don't get-
thing?
Yeah, it might actually be. So in that case, yeah,
Minus
-1
one.
does not hit it.
Oh no. Well, I mean,
A 16 doesn't hit it. A 17 would have hit it.
Check.
An 18 would have hit it,
No.
but a 16 does not.
Graham, I want you to cross my dream.
Oh wait, no, sorry, it does hit it. It's only wearing leather armor. I
My
mean,
dreams have been reinstated.
It's still running away, but you know,
Oh, do I need to roll damage or does it flat?
I believe
one
it's
damage?
1 damage.
Yeah.
It's literally 1 damage, and you would hear a loud slamming door as
Fuck.
you watch it disappear into the shadows out of your view.
So now I gotta
bonus.
meta that. Does that mean we should not bother chasing these things? Otherwise, I'm
That's up
totally
to you
chasing
guys.
these things.
It's up to you
Don't-
guys. If you want to leave 2 tomb dwarves strolling around,
don't.
that's on you.
Taking them down.
That's as far as I can see.
He hasn't paid his taxes.
Is it adjacent to an enemy?
No, it is not.
Okay.
It is. It has 1 wall on its western side.
If it moves 2
Basically-
squares, does it become adjacent to an enemy?
If it moves 2 squares north, it can move 1 square north because it bangs into a door,
Hmm.
which would just be a wall to it.
Sure. All right. It'll hold there then.
And Demokos.
Well, I might just go see what that bee can.
Hey, we killed everything? We thought we saved
No.
Except for those things
There's
in the
still 1 more zombie and those 2 tomb dwarves in this area. And yes, you can't actually see through that doorway there, Fraser. There just isn't thingy there.
Oh, okay. Unarmed strike
Yeah,
is
but-
simple proficiency.
Would
so
I have heard the door close?
Yeah, everyone would have heard the door close. Like,
Because I come from my back here, and I can it's a free action to open a door, right?
I believe so, yes, if you're not already wielding a weapon, which you are not. Like, if you've got a free hand, it's a free action, or else you've got to use your free action on stowing your weapon first.
Well, I don't actually, am not using a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So open this door.
Now, before you do it, are you sure you want to do it? Like, I'm giving you a chance because I'm nice. But at the end of the day, you are in combat, and Damocos would probably just be thinking I'm chasing it down.
Well, obviously, you know, the
Yeah,
DM
well,
is never nice.
that
to
is
you.
what he's thinking. He's gonna
Take the trap.
gonna
I
open
took
the
one,
door.
son.
In that case, give me a dex save.
He's gonna be like hand open, palm out, going into the door. Dex save. Let's see what dex save does. I do not dex save.
You feel a just cold rush pass through, kind of as your hand crossed the threshold. It was almost like a pulse of your arm as wide as the threshold is, and you would take 7 necrotic damage.
From putting my arm through the door.
Yes.
Is it like
Like as you pull your hand back, it's not like a constant effect. It doesn't feel like you're putting your arm through a conventional like a ward wall or shield wall or something like that. It's more of like a electric fence pulse that zaps through your arm.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to ask, but I didn't know. Like you got a submerge effect, so to speak, where it's like.
But with that, unless you wish to,
Can,
I mean,
can I
you
still
could-
use my action?
Yeah.
Does that stop me from using my action?
no, that doesn't. I mean, I'm not saying you pull your arm back or anything. Like you can continue in through the doorway if you want, but I'm just telling you that as you move through the doorway, that's what happens.
I wouldn't have even gone into the doorway. I would have opened up the door and shot spells.
Well, then, yeah, you basically, as I explained, put your arm out, push open the door, and then as your like hand passes into the next room, where the threshold line is across your arm, that kind of just pulses like an electric fence with cold necrotic energy, and like your arm kind of falls limp again. But you can continue with your actions and stuff.
And yeah, after that, 2 firebolts
Mm.
spring forth from my hand. Closest one,
2
furthest one.
fireballs? That's a lot of fireballs.
Isn't fly
Bolts.
a
Oh, balls.
concentration?
Okay. That makes more sense.
Oh yes. Do I need to? What's that?
You've needed to roll like 3 or 4 concentration checks. I mean, it hasn't actually, like, flying hasn't really done much more than be thematic throughout this fight, so just quickly roll 3 checks right now.
And
And
that's con.
we'll say an average DC of 12, because it's meant to be based off the damage, but some would have been higher, some would have been lower.
Is that Constitution?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so. Give me a second.
It is.
There should be a concentrate button.
Yeah, Constitution saving throw for DC 12. So it would have failed at one point, so you're no longer flying.
Bonk.
And the firebolts would both hit. Which ones are you hitting? With what?
The first one to the closest, the second one. Yeah.
First one dies. Second one does not.
Does that mean the zombie was healed when it opened the door?
No. But they
It
didn't
just didn't.
get
trigger
affected
the
by it either. Because like that one behind was like, you know, limping through the door at this point, and I mean they are still zombies, and
Perhaps
else?
just know not to trigger on it.
well, that's for you to explore when you guys are exploring the traffic
over
restrict.
here.
But it is now Artis's turn, unless you're going to move anymore or anything. Fraser?
No, sorry. I'm not moving anymore.
And he will, not to seeing any more threats, and seeing everyone grouped up over here. 10, 20, 30, and Feywild's turn.
Telepathically command the wasp to go after the fleeing dwarves.
Yes. And
It's got 40 movement, but I stopped seeing right about here.
give me a dex save for it as it passes the threshold.
Oh god, you do take damage each walk through the door.
It stumbles into whatever it is.
And takes 3 damage.
3 damage. Oh my gosh. May as well just not even.
And it was 10, 15, 20, 25, and give me its sting attack.
Sure. Probably 11 if there's no allies near it.
Yeah, that's a miss. Yeah, it's not. That is a miss, though. Jake will...
Would you mind moving like the wasp there?
Oh, was that the wrong wasp that I was moving?
Yeah. I was talking about this one moving through like up here.
Okay.
I'm gonna vouch for him. He did put a wasp next to the zombie.
Yeah,
Gosh.
30. So that last sting didn't go through. The 3 damage is still the same there. Oh, not that the sting hit anyway. So yeah, now it's in the right spot. Sorry, I moved the wrong
No
bee.
worries.
Jake will ask if anyone needs healing.
Nope. I'm actually not full, but I'm pretty good.
At which point Dragonbait would kind of throw his hand up for a second, seeing as he can't call out or anything, and
Does he make like a smell?
you're gonna make me have to pull up his sheet, aren't you?
He smells good.
I mean, you guys are a bit far away, but he's smelling a little bit like a mix of honeysuckle and ham. Yeah, it's a weird mixture of like
Delicious.
fruity, flowery,
Hamsuckle.
sweet, and thick, heavy, meaty smell.
The ham suckles.
And Greg will, or Jake, sorry, will use this. Give him that. Oh, and he gets extra healing off of the Disciple of Life, which is a blessed healer. Just heals him, healer. Look at Disciple of Life here. 2 plus the spell's level, and it was level 1, so an extra 3. And this zombie's turn, which is, yes, this one down here, and you would watch as Nezu, a zombie, comes shambling out the door.
Knock the zombies.
18 hit?
Good question. They hit on the number, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So that be hit. 1, 2,
3 damage then.
gotcha.
My boy.
Alan.
Oh yeah. So I currently don't see anything, so I'll have to like. Actually, I see the thing to the south. Since that's the thing I see, I saw that one. I'm just gonna double Elder Blast the zombie guy at the bottom south. spells. Eldritch Blast, Eldritch Blast. Oh, that's
Nice.
that crit. So good.
Oh yeah.
Does the other one, the 18, also hit?
Yes, the 18 hits. They have an AC of 8.
Man, the
That's gotta hurt.
non-crit did more damage than the actual
Yeah.
crit hit.
So minus 10. Oh, you know what's even worse about it? The crit,
that happen?
which would have cancelled out its undead fortitude, was the first attack. So
It's one
it gets
shy.
to make a DC 18.
Yeah, it's still a DC 18 save.
Yeah, it still dies, but that's really funny. And rest of Owen's
Does it
turn,
explode
and then re-op.
into
Wait, before,
insects?
yeah, I want this one to. This one does explode into bees. So now Nezu's gonna be like covered in bees. They don't hurt him.
Yeah, not that they don't.
Not they don't hurt him enough to do 1 hit point worth of damage. Though it
Yeah.
does actually reduce this one.
Question, that is way to the corpse, right? That's what
Yeah.
Do you
tied
only
to the
have
corpse.
one
If
up
you
a time,
walk
or
with-
do you have both of them up?
No,
Just one.
just
Oh,
that it would be pretty overpowered if I could just
that'd be
like.
pretty good. That's what I thought,
it
though.
would-
Yeah, just the more corpses that get killed by it, the more corpses you fill up. You
Yeah.
go just a never-ending pile.
It's like chain reactions.
But it is your turn, Ryuk.
I don't know. Actually, I'll move one to the right so I can look down this hallway. But otherwise,
Um. Oh, I can't actually see the other ones. I presume you would say something as I'm about to head through this door. I mean, I know something would happen when this one heads through.
can you like feel
Damn
the
it,
bees
Coats.
taking damage?
We share a telepathic link, so yeah, I get the idea that something happened.
He just knows that it took damage. He doesn't know what caused it or anything. Because it's not like a familiar. He can't look through its
Yeah.
eyes.
Gotcha.
All right, well, my buddy Damicos didn't stop me, so...
Damn, those ones to die.
Sorry,
Give me a
I was
dex
reading things. As I would actually tell you that this door hurt when I opened it.
Well, because it took so long to answer, he can still give me a dex save because, like, you reach out to stop him as he's already crossing the threshold. And that is a fail, so
I'm sorry, I was reading something.
take 6 necrotic.
Why didn't you say something?
This time it's not like your arm, it's kind of like the top of your head. You just feel it pulse down through your spine and everything. Just because, like, you know, he kind of just pushed it before, but you kind of walked straight through it.
Yeah. But I'd also probably, move the last little bit of my movement. Dashing.
These
Please,
are-
someone disable the pain.
Okay,
There's
so
some sort of trap on this door.
let's say, let's see, let's show it to others. Would it be possible for me to throw this corpse through that door over there?
Nah, as I read the spell, it basically turns the corpse itself into a puddle and some bones.
Understandable. Okay, I don't think I should venture too far south, so I think I should do some regrouping.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is the end of my turn.
Hey, Wild Wasp's turn.
That would be the one I can't see. Return to me, Feywild Wasp. 80 feet, if you please.
10, 20, 40, no, 30, 40, 50, 5, 60, 70, 80 would be on Demikos' square, so he'll go next to
Sure.
it. And then this Tomb Dwarf's turn. I will just quickly double check turn undead. Yes, so it will turn back on you, turn around, make one attack with this and one attack with this.
Okay, as it comes into my range, we hit the Halo of Bees and the symbiotic entity.
Mm-hmm. So 19 and 18.
19 hits, 18 does not.
Oof, you're lucky the 18 didn't hit.
Is Life Drain a spell?
No, it's part of its. It basically touches him. So yes, 3 damage from the battle axe. And Dragonbait's turn, who will come with you guys.
Go ham boy.
One's dead. Feywild Wasp's turn.
Here.
Yep, that's a hit. And ice. No, wrong thing. This thing. Strength. 16 is a save. Democos.
I shall. I want to walk into the room.
Give me a dex save.
We're all gonna die to this thing going down this room
Oh,
than
yeah,
anything else.
actually, Grim, give me a dex save for the bee before as well.
Oh, yeah.
The second one that came through.
2 seconds.
It makes it so it will take half of 9. So, 4. And then, yeah, Demogos. Save, so half for 2.
And then I will. And I will do the pew pew.
Mm-hmm. Le pew. That is a miss. Is that all you done?
I believe so.
Artis will come join you guys. Walk through. Yeah, 10, 20, 30. No one has said anything to him, so he will dex save.
I said it was trapped.
I know. No one.
I
listens.
called it out.
I'm gonna. Listen.
While he was in the other room, not knowing what you're actually talking about. Like, there's no physical, like, effect you can see
Right.
happening. It's just as you're walking through it, you kind of just get this feeling pass over you. But he will take. That is a full damage, which is 6. And then he dashed to get this far, but he will come up around and help be meta and give advantage in future. Bring us to Wasp's turn.
Bloop.
Go on, yep, complete it.
It is the trifecta. Well, not
That's a hit.
exactly, but.
And it fails that save. Jake's turn, he will follow through 15, 20. And I assume by this point, like, everyone's like, as they see people walking up to the door,
That's
like,
trapped.
don't do it. we can handle this. So I imagine he would stay back. Everyone else can still make the conscious decision, but, you know. Zombie's turn, who is also dead, so Alvin's turn.
Okay. So.
So, oh.
I'm gonna walk through the trap door. Actually, probably
Save.
not. I'll walk right here, and then I'm going to walk slightly closer. I can see this guy, right?
Yes. Well, can you see him?
Yes, that's the
Then
thing.
yes. Yeah. If you can
More
see
I
him,
was
you can
asking
see
if he
him.
was like alive or something. But
Oh yeah, he's on the ground, but it's obvious it's still alive. Like he's in the process of standing back up and everything.
yeah, you
like
can
that.
stand up in long. One, they're both hitting them. Obviously, I don't
Yep.
think they're So I'm just going to
Second
do
one misses, first one hits.
10 damage.
Nice.
And I don't
that
walk through the trap door.
is enough to kill it.
Yeah.
The
I'm actually not
corridors
seeing the bees.
once more feel full quiet.
Oh, you know what? Actually, the bees are coming. The bees are coming. So like, once he dies, all the bees actually they just sort of like fly away from the other corpse and come to this corpse.
It's a mean distance.
But they don't take necrotic damage because they're too small to register on the trap hit.
Do they fly from
Everyone over there.
you?
They basically just phase in and out of existence
Yeah.
via your eldritch.
Oh,
Wait,
okay. Sure. They phase in by. So all of a sudden, bees explode out of that corpse. They like phase inside of it, eat from the inside out.
Just completely unnecessary, but puddle all the bodies.
Mhm.
But that is everything hostile in here for now.
Nice.
We're gonna druid craft these weird bees, which is basically the way I'm intending it. Is just the druid version of going, what?
They
Not the
essentially
bees.
like, to put what a wizards might say on it, it's the equivalent of having like a shield around them or something. They just completely reject your druidcraft magic in its entirety. It's not like usual not having an effect where it kind of, the item will, or the creature or whatever will accept the magic and then disperse and get rid of it normally. This isn't even touching the bugs. You can't communicate with them at all, and then they phase out of existence a minute later, I believe.
Yes.
So you'd have a minute to do tests on them and stuff, but like it's like something is either denying you the access to them or they don't exist there on your plane.
Strange.
One bites you.
Surely stings me, right?
No, it bites.
Okay. Ah,
They always sting the enemy.
gotcha.
They're all kind of different. Like if you look at them physically, no two, they're almost like weird snowflakes. No two are quite exactly the same. Some of them would be more bee-like, some would be wasp-like. There'd be all kinds of different insects and bugs, and they would all look very unnatural forms of them as well. You might see a bee with crab pincers, because even eldritch beings have to evolve into crabs.
Makes sense.
They're actually just crabs. I perfect my art and I just summoned crabs at one
Flying
point.
crabs. We're gonna see if there's
Crab
any
war.
kind of trigger
The
or
door, don't
anything.
I mean, you think maybe it was even yourself that caused the necrotic damage to you, because this is just a normal doorway for you.
There's some sort of
Maybe-
cunning device in this room. Once you step into the entire room, you suffer the effects.
Well, okay, let me ask this. Can I roll perception to look into the room for the trigger of what's causing this?
Oh, we would step away from the course, by the way.
You can
Or would you like
check your
it's
side, but like
investigation, I think?
there's no way to investigate the other side of the door without
Good point.
crossing the threshold in some way.
All
I
right,
mean,
I'll do from what
There
I
are
can
ways,
see.
sorry, but I'm not going to tell you what they are.
Sure, I use investigation, and I sort of like look around the entrance to the room because it's all I can look. Maybe like inside.
You don't find any triggers or anything like that, magical or physical.
This, the room sure is a cutting trap. Is there anything actually in the room?
Some of your comrades, a bed,
Well, that's what I'm asking. I'm
rug.
asking.
Yeah.
my
What's
comrades and
what's
stuff.
on the map is on the map, but like, it's not a bed. It's more like rags thrown in a pile. It's not a rug. It's what used to be a rug millennia ago.
Do any of you lot need healing?
Do I need to come in the room of pain?
Probably not. I do see a door on the other side, but surely the several of us could explore this way. Maybe the rest of you could head down to the south. That's right. I'm
Do you
suggesting
want
to
to split
split
the
the
party?
party. I'm doing it.
How could you? And I think we lost someone. Oh, there we go.
Well,
What do
you all have the aid of dragon bait, and we have the aid of artists.
He would kind of like give a questioning look at you, like, you forgot my name for a second there?
For a sec. Well, I was
You
gonna call him
remember Dragon
Cinder,
Bait?
but then I was like, he didn't like it the last time.
You
Simber.
remember Dragonbait's name, but not mine? And I'm the one that talks to you? Good to know.
Like, I mean, Dragon Bait's kind of simple name.
Well, I also wanted to call him Arthas for a second, but
No, literally.
Hey, Arthas.
Oh,
My name's not Arthas. Okay, Thom.
it's
Tom.
But I mean, if that's what you guys want to do, you guys can do
Well, that's
that.
what I would shout, anyways.
Well, you know what? If that's what you suggest, I don't want to go into the room of pain. I'd be like, sure.
All right.
You know,
We require additional.
if you told me, you know, you were jumping through the pit of spikes, I didn't have to come. I'd be like, all right.
I'm gonna pull this bee in, and we're gonna make a dex save for him.
Yep.
Do I see the bee like have something happen to
You
it?
do.
So
It
it
twitches
takes-
involuntarily, at least.
Oh, 10 damage.
That is enough. Yeah, to.
So
I
yeah,
don't-
it is twitching involuntarily now. It dies like literally on the threshold, like half in one room, half out the other.
Well, in that
And
case, I'm
then-
definitely not gonna go through.
A couple of seconds after it hits the ground, it does the usual puff and disappears back as a corpse to the Feywild. Have your trash.
Well, I'm definitely not going through now, so I go to the south.
Technically, it doesn't
I
like
assume
die
Nesbitt?
on this plane.
Doesn't it?
I don't know how it works, honestly. It's the
It's
same.
like they've used-
Funnily enough, it's the same bees I'm summoning like over and over again. Like they retain their memories and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, isn't the difference where like what it's a keyword like summon brings it like a tamed one, and then like some other thing like brings just a one that's not like a real creature and one's like a fake creature, something like that.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
I don't like the lore has changed some from like 3.5 to 5e. So I could exactly tell you. But yeah, in like 3.5 sometimes it's like a copy or a spiritual copy or something like that it does.
Yeah. And other times it's like
The
an actual
actual
creature.
yeah,
Like,
that has been like transported and is confused.
Well, are we
Sorry.
splitting the party then?
yeah, we're splitting the party. Grim's the Justice splitting the party. We're
Let's
splitting the
split
party.
Oh,
What's the worst that can happen?
And just call really loud if we get in trouble.
Just summon everything else. But
What's
yes,
the worst that happens?
feel free for people to continue on slowly and...
Yeah, I'd like to
Did
get a
Dragon
drink,
Bait
but
wanna come
I want
with
to
us?
search this room too. So
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
well, we will
let's
take
take, like, a
a
quick
quick 5-minute
I've
break.
already taken my headset off. So
Be right back.
Pilgrim will lose. Grim, you're a loser. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Just gonna take it.
Didn't need no man to tell him what he had to do.
Actually, gonna be right back myself.
I'm back. I take it nobody else is.
Hi back, I'm Gypsy. But no, I think I'm the only one that's here.
Gotcha.
Can't wait to tell you guys about the room you're in. You're going to facepalm pretty hard. So what were you doing? Were you checking out the door or searching?
Searching the room, yeah.
These boys even experience.
What kind of experience do I get for them stumbly boys?
They're CR3, so 700 XP each.
Hello.
I'm still trying to find a good medium balancing point again between hard combat and not taxing you guys enough. Because you're all pretty undamaged currently, right?
Yeah, like, I mean, at this point, I mean, we're like way past zombies, you know.
Oh, yeah, I know. Those aren't.
Fair,
This isn't meant to be a big threat. This is more testing out, because those tomb dwarves have, or had, life drain. And, yeah, also things that you will find out soonly.
But to be fair, I did sort of cheese the bone wheels with the evasion thing.
Oh, that's fine. Cheese is good because then you use those techniques and then I'm like, time to counter that. So, I mean, we will talk more in depth of it with everyone here and everything. But honestly, looking at things, depending on how much mid-ground stuff we throw in, we could be a month, maybe two, off of finishing this campaign. Because you guys are about to hit Orolonga, which is where you find the location of Omen, which is the final area of this module. So, just keeping people reminded that the ultimate end goal of this module is, you know, finishable, and it is actually quite near at this point. Would people be wanting to continue on either in this campaign or as a new campaign, or take these characters or new characters to another module or something when that time comes?
I think I'd be fine with that. I mean, Look, I'd be fine with anything, really. I mean, I would rather play something. You know.
Basically, that's more what I was asking, was like, after we finish this campaign or this module, are people going to be wanting to keep this time zone and this time frame for games in the future as well? Which, I mean, I'm happy to do as much as I can.
Right.
And I know you would very much like to continue playing as a player group,
Right.
because otherwise you're DM in so many games. And I really don't mind DMing either.
Grim doesn't want to be forever DM. Doesn't want.
Well, yeah, you know, I mean, very different
I mean,
experiences.
He's already a forever DM because he's consistently running multiple campaigns. But it's good to be a player as well as an only DM.
Yep.
Well, in that case, again, we'll talk to the other two when they get back as well.
Yeah.
But think of if you would like to play a particular module, think of it so I can get it, or cheese it with PDFs and making it as a homebrew using all the PDF crossovers and everything.
Mhm.
Or I can look at buying a module, or if you guys would prefer a homebrew campaign, I can start writing one up for that. If you guys do go homebrew, it would probably, I would aim for it to be a low to mid magic setting. So,
Back.
Welcome back.
yeah. So that might play in, like, if you want to be a heavy spellcaster
I'm back.
and stuff.
Hopefully you
there
guys
will
weren't
be
just waiting
things
on me.
about it.
No, we weren't.
I mean, Fraser only just got back.
Okay. Well, I returned.
But we can pick back up. Now that you two are here too, I was just talking to these other two about when this campaign's completed, if people are still wanting to play, we can keep playing and we can look at either another module or I can do up a homebrew campaign. And if you guys wish to continue playing, then just tell me what you'd like to play and I can look at sorting it one way or the other.
I mean, as it stands, I'd probably be down. I don't foresee not being able to play.
The other
So-
thing that he mentioned to
people-
us was that we're probably only a month or two away from completing it, really.
Yeah, like if you continue on at the tack we've been going and everything. If you guys make a point of, starting another civil war amongst goblins or something like that, I'm happy to extend it another couple of months. I'm not in a hurry to finish this campaign /
But as far as
module.
other campaigns go, I mean, your call. You can do something
Yeah.
homebrew. You can do.
Well, I was
Another
also just
model.
saying to these guys, if it is a homebrew one, I'll probably aim at a low to mid magic setting as opposed to high fantasy. So, like, magic will be a thing, but it won't be a common thing. Not everyone knows magic. I would probably limit the party to, a set number of spellcasters based on the player and everything, and there would be downfalls to it.
We are all spellcasters.
I mean that if that's the thing you want to do, that would be great for the idea I have, because the idea I have is, magic is outlawed. The very few who know it are either very powerful and cannot be conquered, or they hide it completely.
Imagine not wanting to
I mean, like I said,
play
whatever.
barbarians.
I would be down for anything.
Well, spellcasters may be pretty fun, though. But again, that's...
So that was just a
Good
joke.
job.
I mean,
That's in the
honestly, I don't
future
even know if
anyway.
I would play a spellcaster. So
That is in the future anyway. For now,
Yeah.
we are continuing on. Grim, if you give me 1 second to quickly-
1 second.
Yeah, smart ass. Just pull up this because you said you were searching the room.
Yeah.
Right? Give me a perception.
Perception. Don't fail me now. Guidance.
Yep.
Perception.
Oh, nice.
All the room except this doorway is known to me.
Pretty much. Like, you spend quite a bit of time going over the room. How much time would you want to spend between 1 and 3 minutes?
Oh, I mean, I'd spend 3 minutes going over. There's, furniture here and whatnot. We're looking for something as small as a key. It could be anywhere, so I'd take some time.
You do not find a key, but you do manage to find a small bag of sling bullets,
Mm-hmm.
which holds roll me a d8. Because that's how many sling bullets you will have.
Mm-hmm.
You find a small little pot full of, if you opened it, a very gel-looking oil with what looks like really tiny shards of silver in it. And you also find a set of horseshoes in the corner of the room.
Sorry, what's that? That last one?
A set
Horseshoes.
of horseshoes.
Horseshoes.
Yes. a full set of 4,
I put pot of horseshoes.
and they're pretty well made and not rusted at all. Like, not rusted at all.
Did we want to spend a little bit more time, or do we want to worry about that later?
Oh no, he's gone over every inch of this room by this point. Like,
I mean, I can cast Identify and things.
We should probably wait until we've done everything, and then we can pull it all together and get it done at once, I would imagine.
Very, very smart.
While they're searching that
I'm going to
one,
be right back, too.
mm-hmm.
I have to use the restroom,
and
excuse
looking
me.
down this hallway.
Which hallway are you looking down?
The very far south, because we split the party.
Yeah, east or west. Sorry.
Oh, is there?
Wait, there's a
hallway?
one to the east. Wait,
There's one to the east.
I don't see that. I actually
Oh,
don't.
sorry. There is a doorway here.
This thing right
It's
here?
kind of really flush with the wall, and you would miss it at first, but it's not something that requires a perception roll or anything like that. It's just... It's the same. It's not like the door across from it. It's the same material as the wall. It looks like a failed secret door, quite honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it like a 1 silver.
It's a failed secret door. Someone tried making a secret door and they did not cover up the seam.
No traps or anything on it, but that's
Mm-mm.
it. Okay, I push it open.
Yeah, it swings open just fine. Give me a second to... Ah, damn it.
God, there's 17 zombies behind that secret door. Oh, it's long. I step through, start walking down the hallway. Seems not gonna be any. And I see it swings up to the north.
Yes. Into what looks like a really weird kind of alcove. It kind of looks like, you'd guess a very large chimney if there was a fire at the bottom of it. It kind of juts awkwardly and then shoots up into a chute into the ceiling.
See, I slowly start inching forward to it. Weird. It's a dead end.
You're kind of like in a really cramped space. This obviously textured wall is wall. It kind of creates a small canopy kind of area. If you imagine like an old smelter's furnace or something like that.
Yes.
And then as far up into the darkness as you can see is just, for all intents and purposes, a large chimney.
Shaft. I mean, I guess I'll do perception just to check around the well.
You're pretty sure you're standing in some form
Wait.
of furnace.
I
That could be one big chimney.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big chimney, all right.
We're like how deep underground?
Yeah. But while they were going off to search down there, you guys have taken a few minutes in this room so far. What are you doing after you stow the items away?
I would say we head towards the door.
Mm-hmm.
I believe
It's
Grimm's
an open
out here
doorway.
now,
The door is laying on its hinges here.
Is
Off
there-
its hinges, I should say.
Is there any way I can tell if it's going to do the same thing as that door did? Can I arcana it?
You can arcana it if you want, yeah. You got no clue. It's another doorway.
I walk through it.
Nothing happens, but you take 4 points to your maximum HP for the 4 minutes you've spent in the room.
Okay.
Are you gonna follow suit, Grim? Artist? Artist
Grim
would
is
be
not.
Do I have any way of telling that I've lost maximum HP?
You feel a little weaker, right?
Yeah, you would feel like you aged literally a couple of years in the time it takes you to step out of the room.
Would I have any idea, like, I know it would happen as I left the room, but would I have any idea that it was tied to how long I was in the room?
No, because you wouldn't know like the exact amount that it was taken off.
Something weird happened when I left the room, well, when I walked through this door.
Don't tell Grim
it
when he comes
didn't-
back. Just hit him with it.
It didn't. I
You
forgot Grim wasn't
would
there.
have basically just felt fatigued all of a sudden. Well, if you're telling Grim what happened, then I can tell him when he gets back. But we will hold it at basically you have stepped out through the doorway at the 4-minute mark or somewhere in the 4-minute mark, just to give you the meta knowledge, because you guys would have figured it out anyway. But yeah, it's also not permanent. It gets recovered on a long rest.
So that's lucky, because that's like a 10th.
Yeah, I know. That was like 10% of your HP, man.
You only have 40 HP? It's 0.
I only do now.
I had 44.
Yeah. I guess it's a more like I get a bit more.
But it would take you and Nezu a couple of minutes.
I assume Dragonbait is also following us. I assume.
Yes. Sorry, Dragonbait would have followed you and given you light and everything. Not that you need it either, but.
Yep, just to be sure in case we get ambushed or anything like that.
And actually, Jake would be with you guys too. He was right next to Dragonbait. Make sure I haven't left anyone else. No.
It still has dark vision though, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But
The
I mean,
other two don't.
there's nothing up here. This is the dead end, so ultimately I would suggest we just turn around.
Okay.
Because I'm not wrong in that statement. I didn't see anywhere to go, correct?
Besides up? No.
Yeah, and then naturally it wouldn't tell us to start climbing the chimney.
No, I wouldn't imagine
So
so.
I'd say let's check the left room hallway.
It looks like some kind of old training room. There's a couple of practice dummies and some wrecked armor shelves and stuff on the floor that you have to step over. Seems to have been crushed by some rocks that have fallen out of the roof.
I guess I'll take like a quick minute or two to search over it.
Yep, while she
So, I
does
assume that'd be
that.
not an investigation, or did you want investigation instead?
Perception if you're just like doing a quick scan over the entire room. If you're going
Just do a quick
over,
scan then.
if you're going over fully the entire room and looking for good loot and stuff like
Nah,
that,
I would
then
just do
it'd be
perception
investigation.
and just like
Yeah.
look around.
You wouldn't find anything particularly special that catches your eye. I mean, there's maybe some usable scraps of armor or a dagger or something in amongst the ruins here, but nothing, that's placed gently on a shelf, still sitting there in pristine condition.
Yep,
Gotcha.
Not interested then.
While she's looking around, I'll look at the door to the left.
There's nothing weird that you can see with it. It's just another regular door. That
Nothing
has
odd.
thick iron bands across the wood, still holding it together. They're quite rusty. Some of the wood in some places is scratched away and quite thin, almost like something's been banging or rubbing against the door.
And I assume from this side, right? I assume from.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so I try to nudge the door, and will it give?
Just nudging it, no. It does have a door handle that if you turned it and pushed it, it would open.
Okay. Let's open the door.
it continues around
Then
into
walk
the
through?
corridor. Yep.
And I peek around the corner. What do I see? Oh, that's a door.
Yes. And what looks like a large dresser here, or cupboard possibly. Sorry.
Check this door as well, just to be safe. Seeing as
This one's open.
opened already. Oh
wide
yeah,
open
since I can see it. Yeah.
And you would look in and see what appears to be an ancient guard barracks, if you were to hazard a guess. There's a table with some scraps of chairs, a fireplace chimney thing over here. Like I said, a dresser / cupboard, wooden set of drawers with cupboard space above it there, and then rows of, again, they've kind of degraded beyond beds a couple of centuries ago. They're rags at best in a pile on the floor with some wood scraps around them. There is
Gotcha.
also a chest here. Just a plain wooden, what you would see in the common city guard's common room chest.
Gotcha. And I assume this is an open door, seeing as my dark vision sort of peeking through that.
You would know that leads back to the big room where the bone wheels were at first, with the
Gotcha.
stairs and everything.
I guess so. I'll just wait for everyone to come into the room.
And these
Yep,
two
if you don't die upon walking in, I would also.
Not dead yet.
This room at least seems search worthy. If anyone would like to do a quick scan, or
Good
both
idea.
both of you can give me the rolls. Investigation.
Oh, investigation. Whoops. So.
I found everything I could possibly need.
You both spend like, a couple of minutes kicking through stuff, but you're either just not that interested in picking through yet again more remains, or
I would certainly not be interested in it.
you're just
so.
passing over a lot of stuff, doing a very quick but what you think is thorough search. But as you turn to continue out of the room, whenever you do, you feel like you could have done a better job.
That'd be what it be. And we did check the chest, by the way, in this
I
investigation.
assume that would have been part of the investigation.
Yeah, I would have
it-
assumed.
If anyone would have opened it, you'd find scraps of paper long faded and maybe like the remains of half a boot.
Ooh.
Nothing at all. So, should we get to the other party?
With a 4 and a 7? Yeah, nah, nothing at all, sorry.
So they're getting horseshoes, and we get half a boot over here.
A boot.
They also rolled like 25 and stuff like that.
I'm insulted. And look, we're back over here. There's a bit of a problem. Before bring it back up, this is the
So this
Trapdoor.
danger room.
something weird happened when I walked through this door. It didn't hurt, but it was weird.
They're
don't know
not
how to
close
describe
enough. They're not close enough to have a proper conversation, or is Grim back?
I'm
Is it?
back.
I don't
sorry.
think Grim back. Let's wait for Grim.
No, I am
Right,
back.
Grim.
You're
you
back.
exit.
Yeah, I
Oh, yeah.
realized
Grim.
that was bad.
Would you like to leave the room, Grim?
Yes, I would. I've come to the conclusion that the entire room is trapped, so am I making 3 dexterity saves?
No, just step out of the room, and as you do, take off. We'll call it 4 minutes as well, so 4 points of maximum hit points for you and your bees.
I'm just going to add it to the bees as damage for them.
Yeah.
Maximum HP loss.
Yes. It's. I've already explained it's not permanent. It's only until a long rest. But as you step out, you feel the fatigue and age of what feels like 4 years in half a second.
Okay.
Like you walk out and your back's creaking a bit more than it was before, and everything like that.
That was odd and unfortunate.
And we would say that
It's
the other
weird.
party would be a couple of minutes behind you stepping through that door, but like they would be far enough or close enough that you would hear them. They'd be crossing
Were they headed up this
um,
way, or they headed over
door.
this way?
We're headed up. We didn't find anything down at the bottom.
Yeah, they got some really bad search
Like,
rolls.
a quick moment, Damikos, before we continue on any further. I have some concerns I wish to voice that. Well, I don't know if you saw. I presume you saw. I mean, surely you saw that when Alan destroyed the thing, it exploded into those insects. Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty gruesome.
Well, I gave them a quick once over, and they're not normal or natural. And if you were to ask me, I would think that they are somewhat of the associations of the creatures created by that boy. Which, while is nothing that I thought of before, it certainly makes me think of it now. She was there, just basically sitting on the steps of that building, waiting for us to come in, but professed no knowledge of Darth and his apprentice, and I find it strange, slightly concerning, and I wish to raise the point.
That is odd indeed. It seems like there's a bit more going on here than we would have expected. Because
Indeed. I just think it's something we should be aware of, that there may be a connection of some sort.
I'll certainly keep my eye out for anything suspicious going on.
Indeed. And quite frankly, it may be time to sit down and have a talk with all of us again.
To sit down and get together. We really need to talk about what we're doing here.
Indeed. But
And at some point we'd walk in. But whatever, you guys are done with the conversation.
Right.
Just to say that you don't need to. Don't need to wait for us to like.
we do one of those things. I pull my collar.
But yeah, you guys would be at opposite ends of the room.
Yeah.
Currently.
Well, we
Arthas
did
would be
a bunch of
waiting at
stuff
the
like
door,
that.
kind of as like a median, because he'd see you two talking up there, and I'd imagine that would be somewhat like hushed whispers between the two of you.
Well, hey, Arthas, how's it going?
Well, you know,
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't make
Like,
it a
his-
huge point to keep it a secret from him, but at the same time, you know, he would have no bearing on what I'm talking about, really.
yeah, but like what I'm saying is he's at a distance where basically you could have at least hushed enough conversation he wouldn't be able to hear it without it looking too suspicious, or you can talk, you know, normally like this and have him hear it as per normal.
I would talk as per normal.
Alright, that's fine then.
I don't think we're really trying to hide
It's
anything.
not necessarily a conspirator type thing, it's I have concerns type thing.
Yeah.
And wish to share them.
But don't
and
forget-
vent.
Don't forget though that he's a quote unquote hero and he's carrying someone who's carrying a divine holy avenger sword.
Well, sure. I mean, that's
Yeah,
a
but-
huge
but,
leap in logic, but I feel you.
Yeah.
Roll for initiative.
Yeah. It takes a turn for the worse.
I can take it.
So they're coming back up into the room?
Yeah, we'd come back up in the room at some point.
Mhm.
Or let me rate that. I come up into the room, south of the room we lost all you
Sure.
guys.
I would tell you not to come in that again, there's some sort of curses. But it looks like this room follows around to the west side. So we'll follow it around, and hopefully it'll meet somewhere else so you don't have to pass through it.
Sounds good for me.
And I would roll for perception for traps. With guidance. Ugh.
There are no traps.
I like it.
But as you're starting to walk exactly on that tile right there, you would look up and roll for initiative as I move this to the right fucking layer.
Oh, Lord. Head crabs.
Bad crabs.
And I'll just say it's there.
Sure.
And before you do that, we won't worry about Alan's side, so just Riod and Damakos.
Yeah, we're waiting for you, so you can start screaming in terror, but otherwise, we won't know you're under attack.
I mean, it's a swarm of bats. It's not a high
Oh,
threat.
Right.
Like, this isn't a high threat dungeon. The biggest threat was that room and the tomb dwarfs, because they take off max HP.
Those jerk dwarves.
But they missed that attack, so. But are you there, Damakos?
Yes.
You didn't select your token.
I rolled it. I didn't select my token.
You did
And we don't see their attack. They may... I don't know.
They have not made an attack yet. I was waiting for the initiatives. I have also forgotten to pull up their sheet.
Can I take the 19?
We will start with the wasps.
Can I push through the bats?
Oh,
being
wait.
a swarm?
Sorry,
No.
sorry. Yeah, the one attack they get from that first, which I imagine misses.
It does.
Yeah, and then they take the. Are you using your swarm
Ah, yes.
claws action
I
thingy?
will,
Because that's
yeah.
still active. Oh wait, is that an hour or a minute?
That is 10 minutes. Or until I no longer have temporary HP. Whichever comes first.
Yeah, we'll call it still within the 10 minutes, but it would probably fizzle out by the end
Sure.
of it. Just because we've spent,
Yeah.
5 to 6 minutes
Going
looking
through,
around and
searching,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah. Alright, and now Feywild's
Can
turn.
I pass through it without any trouble? I mean, opportunity attack, sure, but...
Aside from the opportunity attack, yeah, no, you can
Okay.
pass through it. It's not quite like a human standing
Right.
in the middle of the doorway or whatever. It's solid hit.
Do I knock the swarm of bats prone?
No, I'm not even gonna roll
you
it.
can't. You
'cause it's
can't
immune to being
knock a
prone.
probe. Yeah.
Yeah. Condition
Pretty sure-
immunity is prone.
Pretty sure the swarms have prone
Yeah, they
immunity.
do.
Yeah, they do. It's your turn.
It's just funny.
It's a hit. Oof. And that kills them. Like I said, it wasn't a very high
Yeah.
threat thing.
Careful, there's bats through here.
And just to tell you guys now, and I will even do this for sake of ease and everything, because there's nothing else hostile on this map.
Except traps.
Did that change it for you guys?
No.
Yeah, it's all bright.
Everything red just went not red.
So it's all bright. You can see, as normal, you can
Yeah.
see the whole map. Just
Mhm.
yep.
I can
there you go.
not.
Oh,
Unless
Move your token,
it's
maybe?
just I'm in the hallway. No, I mean like There's still walls and. Well, I mean, am I meant to still
Oh
see
yeah, there's
walls?
still walls
Okay.
and stuff. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I can probably change that too. Did that change
That's
Oh.
yeah.
It did. Oh god, we can see the whole thing now. It's beautiful.
it? Mm-hmm.
I like
Oh,
it.
we see the secret door. No.
I like it because it runs so much smoother now. Yeah, look at that. Oh my god, we basically
This-
explored the whole thing too.
This
Yeah.
thing.
You gotta have a dead end.
I searched the dead end.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you guys can
yeah.
spend as long or as short as you wanted down here.
I don't go into this room.
Yeah, that is the only threat that you can imagine being in this place now, is being in this room.
So question, did anyone find a key?
I guess that is why
I mean,
we're here.
I
I
guess,
guess that is.
yeah, we would search until we find it. You know, I mean, room
Yeah.
by room.
And if I guess we don't find it, then so should we just all roll one investigation check for like?
Yep, everyone roll one investigation
you-
check, and it's going to be like DC 18 to luck out.
Okay. I'm going to
I'm probably.
enhance ability
Oh.
as well.
Oh my god!
So, but
18.
everyone go, because I will also base the loot that you guys get off it, and a 21. 14.
That's a 19
Wow.
for me.
Have you determined
Oh, yes.
the outcome yet?
No.
Can you not do that? I'm gonna bend luck.
It's fine.
Ben. Oh my gosh. Pew, pew.
So it's a 16. This is the first time I've got to use that ability.
Someone give me a D8 roll as well.
I got the date roll.
The date roll.
There you go. It's 7.
7. And how many players are there again?
4.
4.
3, 2,
Uh,
1.
0.
Blast off.
Where is? Because I need the keys for this place to add into the loot. You find all manner of keys. Actually, there are, a couple of rings between all of the corpses of various keys. Some are cell keys, some are standard door keys, some are key types that you've never seen before. You also find, as a group, a scimitar,
Okay.
a necklace of prayer beads,
Necklace of prayer beads.
a
Handy.
small figurine of a bronze griffin,
Small figurine of a bronze griffin.
and a long staff made out of very dead-looking withered wood,
That
as
was-
well as someone can give
Can you
me
give me that last one again? Hold on, the
2d10.
staff.
Staff of dead wood.
And then the last one, someone give me 2d10, times it by 10, and then you find that much monies.
Oh my god.
2d10.
We found
I got
money.
you. 2 twos. 40 bucks.
Sorry, we're taking the 40.
we found $40.
Damn it! What?
Emerald rolled it first.
We literally just doubled our money.
We can also take a long rest here, because going over every inch of this area would take at least a day. You guys would spend a day over here, slaving through torchlight. You'd sleep and rest here as well.
Let's.
So if you wanted to do any identification and
Yeah.
everything like that, we can include those 4 items in them as well.
Okay.
I would like to be doing all of the identification if I could,
Oh,
please.
the
That is fine.
identification.
The little bag of ball bearings that were sling ammo are all +3 sling ammo.
Was it does Nazu use a sling or does he use something else?
I just use darts. I just use.
Uses
Okay,
darts.
darts.
What were the other two
A
items
set
again?
of horseshoes.
They are horseshoes of Zephyr. And the other one?
A pot of oil with crystals in it.
Oil of sharpness. And then you
The
got
scimitar.
the scimitar is a +2. The necklace is a necklace of prayer beads. It is a magic item, and that's the name of the magic item. The bronze griffin is a figurine of wondrous power, bronze griffin, which it becomes a living creature. So you get a griffin.
Oh.
A bronze griffin.
It can become a griffin for up to 6 hours. Once it has been used, it can't be used again until 5 days have passed. And the staff is a staff of withering. It has 3 charges, which are all fully charged currently. It has not been used in a very long time, and it regains 1d3 expended charges at dawn. It can be used as a magic quarterstaff. When it's hit as a melee, as a normal quarterstaff, you can expend 1 charge to deal an extra 2d10 necrotic damage. And the target must succeed on a DC 15 con saving throw or have disadvantage for 1 hour on any ability check or saving throw that uses strength or con. And
So
it
the
has
staff- what's
the
the staff do?
versatile trait, so it can be used one-handed or two-handed.
Ooh.
I will take the melee staff.
I guess she doesn't have a melee weapon. She does.
Just strength or con?
Yes. Any ability that affects those two things.
I mean, I can use the sling, but I don't use the sling.
And I needed to find this still. Is this? Yeah.
Oh, it's literally right there. Oh, DC 50.
So far down.
A swing.
Well, it's just
And
the
a monk
bullets for the
actually uses
sling.
that.
It's not actually the sling.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's a limited one, and each one can be used one time
So
before
that's how you
the magic
spell
is
Zephyr.
gone. But they are +3. And that would include if you used them as a monk's, like, can't you use a key point to basically throw a melee range projectile? Or is that
I
a different
think that's
item?
for deflect missile, but in theory, possibly.
Well,
What
basically,
do the prayer beads do exactly? I don't remember what they do.
prayer beads has 1d4 +2 magic beads in it. 6 types of magic beads exist, and then I roll for the spells that they cast.
If you search
you
it
just
up in
invoke
the
them and they're like-
compendium, you can see what it does.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see.
Same with all the items, it looks like.
Oh no, it's just called prayer beads. Prayer beads.
Oh yeah, I forgot monk weapons are simple weapons. So technically a swing would work as a monk weapon, even though this is just the bullets. Let's see. But aren't swings, at least how I understand them, aren't they just a piece of fabric? Are they just
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
They're
yep,
a piece of
they-
fabric with 2 rope pieces attached to them, so you can hold and release it. So you could make one easy enough. Like, I wouldn't even make you roll for it. It's literally a piece of fabric with 2 bits of rope.
In all fairness, as a monk though, you could throw them.
You could throw them, yeah. And I'm happy to have a loose enough ruling on that deflect missile rule that, like, you shouldn't have to catch the fucking missile to have to throw it back. You should just be able to throw it back. It'd be a bit
Makes sense.
different if it was a cannonball or something you were doing
Yeah.
it with, but yeah,
That's
it's
the road.
it's a pebble essentially, a smoothed pebble or a ball bearing.
Gotcha. That would not
You
be
would-
terrible.
Also find in 2 small vials tied together a let me get the right colors. Orchid that is colored as orange and purple, and a feather, quite brightly colored feather. They would be non-magical if you tried casting Identify on them.
And what were they there?
An orange and
in a
purple
vial.
orchid and a brightly colored. I wrote purple feather, but a brightly colored feather.
Red, if you want to be specific.
Oh.
And they're in vial.
Could I use an alchemist kit or a herbalism kit to help identify those?
I mean, it's an orchid and a feather. If you wanted to hazard a guess, it'd probably be some kind of bird feather.
Hmm.
Like, if you want to use an alchemist kit, you'd be breaking the items, essentially.
Fair. So I would not do that.
Hmm.
But yeah, obviously the monk should use the staff. Since I mean, unless I think Grim, do you use
I
melee
do.
weapons?
Um,
Do you can use staffs?
Pretty
I-
sure your shillelagh
I
can't be
do.
stacked with magic
Just
weapons.
checking, and I don't believe it does either.
Well, then Nezu's gonna use staff.
It's probably the best.
But shouldn't she have a melee weapon?
I don't think I can use. Can I even use stabs? I guess they're
Yeah.
if they're simple, but I don't use.
It's a
melee,
it's a
so.
simple melee weapon.
Regardless, I don't want it. So, like, I have no reason
enough.
to shoot melee or use melee weapons because I'd almost certainly like I have negative strength. I'm almost certainly going to just do more damage using element
Yeah.
blast.
Versatile means you can use Dex, doesn't it?
It does.
Does it? I thought it's just a increased damage roll for it.
I thought is versatile you can use one or two-handed.
Yeah, I don't know what implications that has,
bad.
but
Oh,
Not bad.
finesse, right? Finesse is.
oh,
Dexterity.
okay.
Because that stuff would not be terrible for me. Would not be terrible.
I
I
you'd
think
probably
that's
get
almost
the
as
most
strong as
use
this.
out of it, honestly. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
certainly. Aren't you using a staff right now, anyways?
I'm using a spear, but it's basically just a staff that I can throw. It's just a.
I mean, you could throw a staff regardless, but
I don't think.
Well, regardless, yeah,
you can.
obviously-
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't say it was going to be a good idea, but you can throw it.
actually, I don't know if you can't not use the shillelagh. To the forums. Either way,
So, what does the Griffin statue do? Wondrous power?
It turns into a griffin
It turns into a Griffin?
for 6
Yep.
hours. Once
6
every 5
hours.
days.
Amazing.
Not once every 5 days, but when you choose. And then it's
Yeah.
5 days.
It can only be used every 5 days.
Amazing.
Because you have gotten, I mean, the beads aren't charges. Once you use a bead, that's the spell cast, and the bead useless. It's like a bead of force. But for the item that does have charges, I would like to remind people that if you expend all the charges, there is a 20% chance that it will break, rendering the weapon and magic completely useless. So keep track of your charges.
Use my magical
Um,
item.
Identify would have told Damakos that it was fully charged and had 3 charges ready to go.
The prayer beads?
No, not the prayer beads. The prayer beads would be
6 charges.
no. The
One for
prayer
each bead?
beads would be 3. There would be 3 beads on that.
Ah.
in 5e,
Shoot.
shillelagh does get added on top of it. It doesn't replace it. But again,
Oh, that's
it's
cool,
still
then.
fine with, Nezu taking it.
I'm fine with either or.
My
I'm fine.
damage mostly comes from other sources as well. Like, my attacking is just a nice thing. You're attacking, 2 times a turn as well? I mean, at most, I can only attack physically once a turn, so...
You make a fair point. Also, it has that thing with disadvantage on Constitution and Strength, right?
Well, that's when you hit
For saving
somebody.
throws.
It withers them. It doesn't wither you.
Yeah, I mean, it withers them, and that means for future rolls they have those disadvantages, right? For those things.
Mhm.
Because that would be very handy with some stunning blows.
Yeah.
So it might be a good idea I use the staff.
That's fine.
Ooh.
Oh, only a cleric, druid, or warlock can use it.
Oh, wow.
It
Ooh.
requires attunement.
So it is going to
What
Alan.
was that? What was that again?
It requires
Cleric, druid, or
attunement by a
warlock.
cleric, druid, or warlock.
The staff.
The staff.
Yeah. Necklace of prayer beads, cleric, druid, or paladin. So you guys can't even use that.
Well, lucky there's
Wait,
a
is
druid
it
right here.
druid?
Oh, you are a druid, yeah, duh.
Does anyone specifically need to attune to a figurine of a griffin?
No. It doesn't even require attunement because it's an activation thing.
Does anyone mind if I hold on to this?
Hold on to what?
The figurine of the griffin.
Sure. I mean, none of the things seem particularly useful for me, so I mean, I'm fine
again,
just saying that.
and Spoonie can't actually use the staff. I could use the
Why not?
staff because it's restricted by class to cleric, druid, or warlock. So you or I could use the staff.
This is the warlocks. I mean, like you said, you use melee more than I do. So, just take out the magical.
I mean, that is what it is, because only I can use the prayer beads too.
No, it's fine. I slapped something with for unarmed strike just for that.
I'll give up my share of the 40 gold we found.
Artis and Dragonbait would kind of be like looking at you guys expectantly, like, where's our share?
I mean, they helped, you're right.
I mean, chances are they found one of the items or something
Sure.
themselves anyway.
Let's see.
They take the staff.
Um,
Hand them that.
Other than the scimitar,
can anybody use the scimitar?
Out of
I
character,
can.
out of character, they won't be openly hostile or be dicks about it, but it could affect future dispositions and everything.
Well,
like
no,
that.
I mean, I definitely think we should give them something.
Yeah. And they're not going to ask or specifically bring it up. It's very much these guys help to do the work. They expect to get some of the pay as well.
If no one else can use the scimitar, I mean, we can surely hand them a +2 scimitar.
We give them the hand it down.
It's certainly not bad,
No, if you guys didn't even think about it and instantly handed them the scimitar, they wouldn't have even looked at you questioningly or anything. If it was literally, you guys grabbed all the loot, got it identified together, backs turned to them, got it identified, divvied it up and everything. And then they're just standing there like, really?
Here is my question. Do any of us here look like we can use the scimitar?
I don't think so.
I could use the scimitar, but I wouldn't.
If I had found the scimitar, it would definitely be going to the people who look like they can use the scimitar.
Yeah, and in that case, if it went straight to them,
I mean,
then
I would have actually got a
happy
chance to when I identified it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can hand wave that you guys completely ignored them and just say that you didn't. I mean, yeah, they are.
NPCs are too easy to forget.
I mean,
no one is going to complain at a +2 weapon,
Yeah.
are they?
Except me, I'd complain about it because I couldn't use it.
Can you? Sure enough, it's Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm certainly more than happy than with what I got. You know, obviously.
Everything.
And literally everything. I feel bad about it too. There's some sling bullets and some horseshoes.
There's
There's a pot of an oil of sharpness, but I don't think anybody uses bladed weapons either.
I mean, my spear,
Oh, okay,
maybe,
fair.
yes,
Yeah.
no.
Or you
These
could
guys
have like
do.
plenty of +3 darts.
What does Blade of Sharpness do?
It gives it
So you guys
plus
have
Turns it
three
into a +3 for an hour.
for an hour. So consumable as
mean-
well, right?
Yes, but I would also say would stack with other enchantments, and the Saurian hasn't been paid.
And who?
The Saurian,
Oh,
the lizard. Just, you know, if it's an offhand weapon that offhand thing that no one else can use, you know, I don't think you guys are going to get a chance to sell or use it.
Do you think this could enhance your sword there, Dragonbait?
I mean, he'd shrug and a sweet, flowery smell of honeysuckle would come off of him, but he would definitely take it, and you know, a wide smile would cross across his face.
I'd smile back.
And I mean, we could probably start packing up there, because you guys have completed this. You have picked it clean, and short of butchering corpses, there's nothing much else to do under here. You would spend a little bit longer getting out than coming in, and when you came out, it would be, we will roll for a time of day when we get back to this game next week.
okay.
But we will leave it here at that. Nice little item power boost right there to follow the level power boost from the other week.
Get strong.
Yeah, and now I can actually start throwing the real threatening stuff at you, because
This is our
you're
Rocky montage.
yeah. This is
well,
kind of,
fire.
this is kind of
going
gonna be the Rocky montage after you guys have done Orlonga, because yeah, I want to be able to not have to worry about you guys so much in the tomb itself, and I want to be able to not feel bad about throwing, you know, actual lethal monsters at you guys, because you guys are at that level where if you use all your resources and forced to use all your resources, you can pull off some amazing stuff, but you're still not, you know, taking the CR creatures easily yet. Like this was a cakewalk because you're dealing with CR3 at most, and in very
It's
small
scary.
numbers. Yeah, the main threat was this trap room here, which again, yes, was the entire room just had an effect that 2d6, and the DC was to give you a chance to jump backwards for half damage out of the room. But everyone who took the damage just assumed, oh well, I'll just continue into the room anyway.
You're right.
Which then led to the secondary effect of every minute spent in the room saps your life force by 1 until you get a long rest. So you can also take off your put your max health back up by 4
Okay.
points each.
And how many beads are on the prayer beads?
3.
3.
Okay.
Yes. And we will roll for each spell as it comes off,
Randomly,
because
I like it.
yeah. because I like to see it as you're just identifying what the item does and everything as a whole. The beads themselves are part of the item. And unless you actually make the item and know what each color crystal corresponds with each spell, which you don't. Oh man, you guys had some cool items you could have rolled. I mean, a free griffin though.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
that's
What
pretty
can we
nice.
trade our horseshoes in for?
I mean, horseshoes of Zephyr aren't bad either. They're just not good for you guys.
If it's
Now,
not good
if
for us,
only
it's just
griffins
bad.
needed horseshoes.
Not gonna lie, this bronze griffin is arguably the best out of the lot.
I just want to say though, like, the guy who can fly takes the flying creature as opposed to giving someone who can't fly the ability to fly.
Let's give it to Graham.
I have spell slots that I can make other people fly. If I can use my spell slots to make other people fly, I'm definitely riding the griffin into battle.
That's fair.
Once every 5 days.
You can take some.
Once every 5 days.
Can it fight with us, or is it just a mount?
No, it can fight with you. It is a griffin 100%. It is friendly
Yeah.
to you, but it is not under his control. Whether or not the item says that. That is my personal ruling on it.
So no.
I think it's
will,
kind of funny because
it will like listen. It will listen to commands as if it was a friendly NPC, but it won't risk its life needlessly or at all if possible. And like if you guys attack it, it will turn on you until it resets when it goes back into its other form.
I'm gonna clean this
Farm it
stuff
for
up.
EXP. Every 5 days.
Okay, this thing that it doesn't take mines.
What's that?
Are we just saying it doesn't take commands?
No, it does, but
It does.
it acts like a friendly NPC, meaning you don't control it, I still control it. It basically won't do a suicide mission for you, because it's an intelligent creature. And if you guys attack it or something like that, it will turn on you until it
What
reverts.
if we need to feed?
So when I say that it's arguably the best one, the Obsidian Steed, it becomes a nightmare for 24 hours.
Yeah.
But the nightmare only fights to defend itself, so you can't tell it what to do. You can tell the griffin fly for me.
Do you not have like a weapon at all, Em?
I have a dagger.
You can have my old quarterstaff.
I don't want your old handy-down quarterstaff.
It means a
What do you
lot
think
to
of
me.
that?
I'd really appreciate it if you took it.
Why? What's your quarterstaff got?
Well, it's
Nothing,
got
just a
sentimental
quarterstaff?
value.
You.
Just a random
It's got
stick you
his
found
old
in the
man
forest.
germs.
Well, it was taken from a tree that was struck by lightning once when I was training to be a druid.
So long story short, it is a stick off the floor.
You know
Yeah.
what? I will take Grimsels.
Grim's like, yay, now I can actually carry all my stuff again.
No, I'm not that bad.
I don't
actually.
have that many hands. But I will catch you guys all later on in the week. Or
It
next
was a
week.
good one. We finished up this place. We're
Yeah.
getting ready to head back to
Is it just a quarter?
Rolangu.
Is it just a quarterstaff?
It is
Grim?
just a quarterstaff. Yep.
Truly just a quarterstaff.
Truly
Nothing
just a
even-
quarterstaff. So yeah, if you've been watching, thank you for watching. If you haven't been watching, you should be watching. I hope you all have a great one, and peace out.